It's a pleasure to be here today and give you a few numbers just to produce a basis for this discussion. It's a familiar subject for me. I dedicated my professional life to it. So, advancing research in oncology in Greece and EU. Why it is so critical for cancer patients? Because, as you can see, in the European Union, more than 1/4 of clinical research is oncology clinical research. And it's by far the first, followed by rheumatology and neurology. What has been happening in Greece? This is a diagram. My source is clinicaltrials.gov, and these are oncology studies. And you can see the new starting trials per year from 2005 up to 2025. And what we can observe is that after a difficult period in the last years of the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st, we had a very fruitful situation where in 2007, 226 new trials started in Greece, oncology trials. After that, there has been a significant reduction, which has been improving in the last 5 years. In order to make ourselves better in that, first we have to answer why this happened and whether we can reverse these adverse factors. I apologize that some of the content of my slides are in Greek, but I will read through. So, certainly, financial crisis imposed to Greece in 2008, 2009 didn't help. Also, COVID infection, which is a global problem, was a global problem, also posed additional difficulties. We all remember that we couldn't bring people to monitor in hospitals during the COVID period. But there are other more hidden factors in explaining this change. It has been alluded that a similar situation, not so acute, but certainly similar situation has been happening in Europe, in the European Union, in the last 10 years. So what you can see here is this is not oncology trials, but it's the same trend. You can see the total number of trials globally, clinical trials, mainly pharma-sponsored. And you can see the blue is the percentage of the pie of the European Union. Within these last 10 years, it has been from 18% down to 9%. And this is due to the remarkable progress in China and the rest of Asia. There are other causes too, which seemingly are not related, but we all know that there is no independent factor in the health system, and everything interacts with each other. And it seems that Greece has not been lately very attractive for innovation. This is a graphical approach of the situation with innovative drugs getting approved by FDA, EMA, and reaching the Greek patient. I'm sure that you have all seen these 1 in 5 reach the Greek patient. I don't think this is the situation. I think more than that reach the Greek patient, but certainly there is a problem. If we look in the last 2 groups, the last group, the 23%, is the situation where the pharma industry has decided not to bring through the usual channels a drug in the health system of Greece. The other 26% is more probably they will not come. Now, how this affects clinical research? Well, it does. Because, you know, pharma industry, they make their calculations. So, in Greece, most of the studies we run, the clinical trials, are phase 3 trials. One step before the approval for a drug, a new oncology drug, to enter the market freely. These are very expensive trials. And if the company has decided that I will not bring this innovative agent to Greece because of certain reasons which is not the subject of my presentation, then they will not bring the trial either. So, what can we do to make things better for ourselves? Certainly the most obvious thing is to shorten the times from the moment that a pharma company decides to bring a clinical trial to Greece to the time of the famous FPI, first patient in. We are not very bad there, we're not good either. Who is good? Well, it's not Germany, it's not France, it's not Italy. It's Poland, Spain, and Denmark. So I'm sure that we can improve there.
Could I ask you to keep it short now?
I'm keeping it short.
Okay.
So the other thing is that there's no national database of clinical trials. I think it will help very much patients to find out the trial they can enter, doctors to find the trial they can send people to be enrolled. Motivation. Why a young medical calling or a nurse staff would be involved in clinical research? They are overwhelmed already, and this is not because they are lazy. And finally, as I said, we need to become more attractive for innovation. Thank you very much.